first making some coffee. I'm gonna do eggs, egg whites, and toast. Let's see.
No.
Is it cheap enough where
1,300, 1,400.
is it expensive enough where you might just buy a house
No, not yet.
or like a condo?
I think, yeah, my joggers are feeling like they're Georges.
It's pretty though. It's a really good day for this too, because it's like not wicked. Alright, so I just had a couple clips of the Arboretum that I went to with my friends. We had a good little walk, chat. Didn't really film too much because I just wanted to kind of hang out with my friends. Yeah, I think, oh yeah, that was what I did beforehand. So right when I got there a little early, and I had stopped at the grocery store beforehand because I knew that I'd be having a late lunch, and I ate my breakfast probably around like 8:30 in the morning. So by the time I got to the park, it was like almost 11:30, I'd say like 11:20. So I picked myself up a s'mores Quest bar, which I showed, and that I mostly wanted to pick something that was a little higher in protein, higher in fiber, because I knew that I'm going to a cookout in the afternoon with my friends that I was just with. I'm just waiting for them to kind of show up with the food. But that's going to be like burgers, hot dogs, that sort of thing, which is going to be higher fat. And if I have some fruit or something along the side, there's going to be more carbs. So I figured I would just stick with like something simple like protein. And then I also picked myself up a 0 sugar Coca-Cola. Normally I go for diet, but I figured I'd get this one. The tastes are different, and this one's supposed to be closer to regular Coke taste. But the thing is, I think I might actually like the diet Coke flavor more, but I guess that's not like the end of the world. So yeah, sugar-free soda is just a really good dieting hack. I think it's something that like a lot of people do and know about. If you are trying to lose weight, you don't want to consume your calories in liquid form because they don't really fill you up that much. But if you do find something like, you know, unsweetened seltzer water or something like that, or the 0 sugar like vitamin waters, or I don't know, you could literally make lemonade. I did this in the past too. I would make big tubs of lemonade with fresh squeezed lemons, and then I would just use a little stevia to sweeten it. And honestly, you'd be surprised at how good it tasted. And I would just keep that in the fridge. Back the last like real dieting phase I did a couple summers ago, I did that. And so I could just sip that. And it was just nice to have something kind of refreshing and sweet, especially when I wasn't having any desserts of any form. Because like the further into dieting you get, the more you're going to want to pull back on having something like cookies. Even like the protein cookies and stuff, those usually have a lot of calories in them too. So you always want to read the nutrition labels before you eat something. But at a certain point, it's easier to like consume more things like fruit. And I don't know if I showed them, but I'll show them. I picked up a bag from Costco of these dark chocolate coconut cups. They're single serving. One is 80 calories. There's only like 3 grams of sugar in it, and then it's just some like fat, essentially. Like I think it's like 12 grams of fat. I don't know if that makes sense mathematically, but that's, no, I guess it'd be less than that. Maybe it's like 9 grams of fat. But either way, they taste super good, and having 1 or 2 of them at the end of the day when I usually have a little bit of extra fat left anyway, because like I said, naturally I don't cook with a lot of fat, so normally I'm pretty low on fat macronutrient wise. I save 1 or 2 of those, and it's like a really good little dessert. Have some like strawberries on the side. It's just a super tasty, easy way to like end the night. But yeah, the deeper into a cut you go, the more like little substitutions and things you can find that you can snack on to, I guess, like satisfy a craving, the better off you're gonna be long term. And I would say too, like, just keep in mind that this is not something that I'm recommending you do like 365 days of the year. This is like when you are on purpose trying to lose some body fat for like maybe a 6 to 10 week period. the deeper into the end of that cut period that you are, the more you're going to rely on these things. But when you start a cut, you don't have to like do that necessarily right off the bat. The first thing I would recommend is literally just like cleaning up what you're eating already. So if you typically have like, I don't know, I guess like making little swaps to start, and then you switch into like more of the diet hack things. But initially, for me, I would literally just be like, okay, I'm gonna stop like having, if I have a drink or two during the week, okay, I'm gonna cut that out first, and I'm just not gonna have alcohol. And then it'll be like, okay, I'm gonna switch from having like full fat peanut butter to the powdered peanut butter or something like that. Like just those little switches to begin with that are really easy and you don't notice so much. And then the harder it becomes to lose weight, the more you're gonna want to switch what you're doing. But you're not doing this long term. It's not like for forever. I'm just gonna drink this before work. 80 calories, 10 grams of protein. All right, guys, it is like 11:30 and I just got home from work. Yes, Fern. Sorry, my cat is meowing at me. Yeah, I'm just wrapping up the day with, 4.5 ounces of chicken breast, some mixed veggies, a little bit of rice, and then on top I just put some barbecue sauce. That'll kind of cap off my macros for the day. Oh, also, I didn't get very much footage. I'm realizing now that I'm sitting down to edit that video. I didn't end up recording at my friend's barbecue at all, but I ended up eating 2 of like chicken sausages from Trader Joe's, and they were like cheese chicken sausages. Essentially, it's really like just being able to look at the macros you have and keep in mind what you're doing during the day can be really helpful, because I knew that I was going to that barbecue and I figured that the options would be probably higher in fat and a little bit more caloric. And so I ended up having a little bit of watermelon. I had 2 of those chicken sausages. They were each 160 calories. I think it was something like 9 grams of fat in each and 15 grams of protein, something like that. And then I had a hot dog bun with each of those, so 2 hot dog buns, which is just carbs. So ended up using up all my fat for the day, but I managed to still get like 30 grams of protein in and probably about like 40 grams of carbs from the buns. And yeah, I had a couple of like the polar seltzers, non-alcoholics, there are no calories in those, and watermelon, had a few pieces of that. Pretty filling, pretty sweet, and not super caloric. So it's totally possible to still get to do things with friends and to enjoy yourself while dieting. Yeah, overall, I think I'll put the total calories and macros up on the screen for you guys, but like around 1,600 calories. I gotta double check on the macros, but I'll add them in there for you so you can just sort of see what I did. I did walk a little bit more than normal today because I went on a walk and I worked, so I had like 20,000 steps today or something crazy like that. And I did yesterday too, so I'm not really changing what I'm eating based on that, but it's definitely a factor to keep in mind. So, all right, I need to eat and then go to bed, so see you in the next one.